Welcome back, my friends. Hope everyone is doing well. Today we're just out here in the garage sizing up some cast bullets we were finally able to get to. Had a good session the other weekend. Bringing in the new year, doing it right. So yeah, this is the first one of the new year. Hope everybody's doing well. And as you can see, I got this new sizing die that's stuck on here, but we've got the RCBS 245 95 grain 244 diameter now that we're sized up. I've got the Lee die set you see here, but they listed as 243. I had to open it up with some sandpaper, but as you can see it's doing just fine. So we are now at 244 diameter, and I'm only doing 50 here just to get a baseline, do some initial accuracy testing at 50 yards, try a couple powders, and if we can do anything decent, I don't think I'll have to open up the sizing die any further. But I've been doing some reading, and lots of reports say some people have to size up to 245 or 246 diameter. So that's getting up there. But we're gas checking, and we are sizing to 244 here, which is just 1/1000th over your standard bore diameter, which is the normal strategy for cast projectiles. So I figured I would start there at least. And I weighed one of these after it was cast, but I have not weighed one since it's been gas checked. Let me throw one on the scale here. Ah, yes, grams. Okay, 98.4 grains. 98.3, 98.4, somewhere in there. That's pretty close to the 95 grains. We are using range scrap plus a little bit of linotype to harden it up. I'm hoping to push about 2,000 feet per second, but I'm totally okay with going down as low as 1,500 or whatever actually groups the best. Alright, well, I've only got less than 20 here, but figured I'd check in with you guys. It's been a little bit since we did anything on the 243. I've since got a proper scope mounted onto it. I'm going to spray paint it all cool like, and I'll probably sand out part of the stock where it's kind of free floating around the barrel, but kind of rubbing depending on how it sits. So I want to clean up some of that slop. And then hopefully we can try and shoot some better groups. With these being powder coated, it's a little bit difficult to get these gas checks started, but that's why I'm using the old tapper technique. You just barely get it started, tap it a few times, and that'll square it up on the base there. And these are turning out freaking beautiful. This is a mix of the Ford Light Blue, of course. I've got a prismatic powders, a dark hunter green kind of thing. And then we dumped in some ruby red, I think it was called. Yeah, that was this one here. I just dumped in a little bit of red on the remainder of what I had with the green combination there with the blue and the green and whatnot. So I've got a couple different colors here. That'll help segregate it into different loads while we're testing, so that's pretty fun. We went ahead and grabbed the factory crimp die just because we're going to have to expand our mouth to get these wider diameter cast bullets in there. So then you got to barely just snug that back up so it'll chamber properly. Ooh, this one, we got a reject here. That one's not going to fly good. Yep, we'll throw him in the scrap bucket. And here was my session that day. I was running these with the Lyman 180 grain 311 332, I think. Super awesome mold. Booze and Bullets actually sent me some of those probably 2 years ago now, and I tested them out, and 300 blackout. And I'm going to be using them in 308 as well, so I figured I'd get a nice Lyman mold, and that sucker ran so smooth. And so did this RCBS. I was running those two together, and that was my first session with actual steel molds. So I was running the pot kind of hot because you'd set one down and it'd kind of cool as you filled the other one, set that down, and then you'd come back to the first one, break your sprue off, fill it up, you know, get in a rhythm like that. You can run your pot a little bit hotter, and I was going between two different bullets there. That's actually the 30 caliber after the smash test. So I was making sure that was good, because I've actually had all these powders, all my powder coating stuff. It's been in my garage and, you know, a storage unit, and I've had it for probably 5 years just out in the Tennessee humidity. Not really properly stored, just in its container. It's factory packaging. And it's still holding up pretty well through all the moisture and humidity and everything. So that's very surprising to me. So yeah, this one's hard to get on. You can see it's pretty crooked. But with the old taparoo here, that'll square it up. And, you know, it'll be seated nice and square there and give us a nice uniform base to help aid with accuracy and all that good stuff there, folks. Here we go. So yeah, I've just got a few left here. I figured I'd drop in real quick, have a nice little Sunday chat with y'all, catch up. Hope you guys are having a good new year. Stay tuned, because it's going to get exciting. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff. I know I've been doing lots of pistol loading and whatnot, but I have a whole bunch of ammo to load, and then we're going to be doing a lot of rifle stuff this year. I want to focus on really dialing in loads. I've got the old picked up a overall length gauge, so we're going to start, you know, chasing our lands and measuring that, and then finding overall length depth nodes that we can test along with our powder charges and stuff like that. So I'm going to dive a little bit deeper this year in 2024. So that's what we've been up to over here at the old Dummy Round compound. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm on my last two here, so we'll just wrap it up. But I'm looking for suggestions. I'm going to be using Unique and Red Dot and 700X. I know I'll be trying those, probably some 4227. Let me know what other powders you guys want to see that are historically, you know, good cast bullet powders. 2400's on my list, so I'll probably start with those. What, that's 5 dang powders to test out. But anyways, like I said, once we see if we can find anything or if that diameter is good, I'll size the rest of those, so we'll have some more to work with. But until then, thanks for hanging out, folks, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.